Hi, Dad. Welcome back to another episode of Dave and Andy's Honest About Life. How are you?
I'm doing well, Andy. You're looking good this morning. Looking great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's actually just
After
after noon where I'm at.
where you are, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
there.
You're looking good too. You're clearly you've lost weight. You're showing it in your face and your neck and all that. And I know that for a fact, as you've said, you have quite a bit actually. And I think you figured it out. You figured out how to lose weight. There's so much conversation these days about Ozempic and some other drugs that were originally, you know, uh, created for to treat some other disease, and now people are using it for weight loss. There's any number of dieting, programs. There's exercise programs, etc. But can you tell me, Deb, what is your secret to losing weight?
Divorce. I call it the divorce diet. It's the stress and stuff that goes into a relationship that's breaking up. I think it's tough to have an appetite. It's tough to eat. It's just one of those things. I'm going to go into, that's part of it. There's stress and everything does play a big part, I think, in loss of weight. And that stress may be caused by a relationship. It may be caused by illness. It may be caused by just a different situation in your life. So all those things kind of compile into stress. And I've had a lot of stress in my life. And, I'm still going through stress even at this age. And I think that is a big part of losing weight. Now, that's weight that you're losing that you probably didn't intend to lose. I think if you're intending to lose weight, my best key, my secret, my tip is carbs, but not, you have to play it safe because carbs are very important to brain health, brain growth. So your body doesn't eat away at muscle, it uses the carbs that you take in. But at first, you want to get your body burning fat. And you have to get to, I think it's called ketosis. But anyhow, you have to get to that point where you've not supplied any carbs to your body, so your body starts to burn fat. But then it can continue to do that, unfortunately. And then how do you slow it down? Well, the best way is to combine carbs and protein. If you have equal amounts of carbs and protein, you're going to be at least steady, if not still losing weight, but at a much more controllable rate. So I think, try to combine. Once you get to that point where you're burning fat, and that takes a couple of weeks of not taking in very many carbs at all, if none. And then once you get to that 2-week point, you can start combining carbs and protein. And that protein will help you build muscle. And muscle, of course, is heavier than fat. So you may even get to a point where you start to gain weight again a little bit, but then you'll steady off, you'll level off. And it's the most healthy way to, I think, losing weight is that combination of carbs and protein.
Well, thank you for sharing, with us what has worked for you. But there's got to also be something about the amount of calories. When you say carbs and protein, you don't mean endless amounts of carbs and protein, and in specific ratios. You mentioned,
Actually, Andy, it's actually 1-to-1. When you get to that point, if you have 15 grams of carbs, try to take in 15 grams of protein. So you're really 1-to-1 there. But you're right about calories. Calories your body will burn. And one way to gain weight, if you want to gain weight, is take alcohol. Alcohol is a huge amount of calories.
right.
And people don't realize that. So I stopped drinking back in February. And I lost it instantly. I think I lost about 15 to 20 pounds within a week.
Wow.
And that's just because, I was having 2-3 drinks a day easily.
Yeah.
And that mounts up in calories. And so I think I've become much more healthy when I stopped taking in that amount of calories. Even though, you've got to have a certain amount for energy for your body. So, you want to balance those calories and balance them in a good way. So you have, veggie calories, calories from fruit, all those sugars are much better for you. Natural sugars are much better.
Yeah. And I ask it like that, Deb, because I think that, we have to wrap our heads around the amount of calories we take in and how many we can burn, in a day. And so it seems out of balance. And so when, like I hear you saying carbs and I hear you saying proteins, but you're obviously not eating so many that that you're sort of, at the end of the day, you have leftover calories that just add on every day. And it grows in that way, but rather you have found a way to burn everything you consume.
That's a very good point, because a lot of people, they'll take in, say, 500 calories, and you go out and you run, or you get on a stationary bike, and you burn 180. You just took in 500 and you're busting your butt, and you only burn 180 calories. You go, what the heck? How can I do that when I just exercise like crazy? So I think you've got to balance that kind of thing out. You realize what kind of exercises will burn the most calories, and then how many calories you can take in to kind of balance that through the day. So as you said, you're not piling on those calories at the end of the day, and every day you're piling on 150 calories. That adds up.
It does. And the way that you began your explanation of your ability to lose weight is, you said stress. And for some, they have the exact opposite result that you have had, or the exact opposite feeling that you have when you feel stress, which is they eat. So there's something else going on there, because when you feel stress, you don't eat, and when others feel stress, they eat. So there's something there that I wonder what that is.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because I've heard that same thing, that people don't want to avoid stress because they want to eat, they want to snack, they just eat constantly. It's my mental, whatever my connection is between my brain and my stomach, I get to the point of nausea, where if I'm really stressed, especially about a relationship, I don't want to eat. I feel sick if I eat. So but that's only some people, and other people, as you said, act the other way. And I don't understand what that is, other than it's your makeup. It's what makes up your brain.
Right. I think that's where they're trying to get a handle on that, right? Folks that are doctors who are trying to discover new treatments for that connection, that rather than feeling not hungry or losing your appetite, you actually feel like you're in need of some comfort food, to make you feel better when in times of stress. So that's a curious thing that we could certainly do some research and think more about. Yeah, so I also know that you purchased a bike. You're doing some physical activity quite a bit. They say that riding bike is really good for the brain, especially as you get older. So just a whole movement of your legs and your feet, there's something about that and the connection to the brain. So good for you, Dad, for buying a bike recently and doing that.
Yeah, thanks, Sandy. It is one of the more enjoyable things, because when I'm riding, I'm just enjoying the scenery, along the way, and your brain is kind of at ease. You're not stressed. And I ride in trails. I got a trail bike, but I also ride on the paths and stuff around there, asphalt. But I do enjoy the up and down hills and stuff, so that it kind of makes you work harder at times and then relax, and work harder and relax. And I think that's a good exercise regimen.
Very good, Dad. Well, thank you for this, and I hope that I expect that what you've said today will benefit others, or at least sort of reveal the difference between bodies, if you will. So thank you for sharing with us your experience.
You're welcome, buddy. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
You too, Dad. Until next time, love you.
Love you too, buddy.